Welcome to Math with Mrs. Bibb. Today we will be factoring trinomials using an area model. The last lesson that we did, we talked about trinomials. Trinomials is the sum of three monomials, three unlike terms. To factor, if you're asked to factor, it means to undo the distributive property. You're rewriting your sum and differences as a product. And the answer to a trinomial factoring problem is the product of two binomials. That's where I got the sum or the difference, because a binomial is two terms that are added together, unlike terms added together, and they can also be subtracted from one another. So the answer is going to be the product of two binomials if you're factoring a trinomial. You can see a lot of color here. I tried to save some time so that we could talk about what goes where in this area model. Our answer is going to be along the top. As you can see, I have this red highlighting and this pink highlighting, red and pink. These are our answers. It's going to be the product of two binomials. The yellow shows where this term goes. The green shows where this term goes. And then this blue dash here, blue diagonal line, is the sum of these two numbers. So let's get started. We're going to find, we're going to put z squared here and 6 here. And the first thing I want to talk about is, what do I put here and here? I want to multiply these two numbers to get z squared. What times what? The same thing gives me z squared, and that would be z. Z times z is z squared. Next, I want to know, what can I put here and here to multiply to get 6? I think one of the best ways to try to figure that out is to do 1 times 6, 2 times 3. Those are your factors of 6. And so which of these two pairs would give me a sum of 3? And that would be the 2 and the 3. So positive 2 and positive 3. I'm going to put there. Now I'm going to multiply. 2 times z is 2z. Z times 3 is 3z. When I add 3z and 2z, that blue diagonal, do I get 5z? Yes. So I know that my answer is z plus 2 in the first pair parentheses times z plus 3 in the second pair. And you may switch that order. You may put z plus 3 first. It does not matter because multiplication is commutative. Let's do the same thing for number 2. We know that in the yellow spot is g squared and the green spot is 8. And I want to find things that I can multiply to get 8. And those are my only things I can multiply to get 8. And these are my only two that I can add together and get 6. So I skipped ahead of myself. I'm so sorry. What should I put here and here? What can I multiply times itself to get g squared? And that would be g. So g goes here and here. G times g is g squared. And then I want to put positive 2 and positive 4, and then I'm going to multiply to confirm that that really does work. 2 times g, I'll put 2g here. G times 4, I'll put 4g here. So 2g and 4g is 2g plus 4g, 6g. Yes. So then that means that my product is g plus 2 times g plus 4. G plus 2 times g plus 4. On to the next one. I want to put x squared in the yellow box, 2 in the green box, and then I want to ask myself, what can I multiply by itself to get x squared? And that would be x. The only factors of 2 are 1 and 2, so positive 1, positive 2. Positive 1 times x is 1x. Positive x times 2 is 2x. So plus 1x, and I didn't have to put the plus sign, plus 2x When I add the blue together, do I get 3x? Yes, I do. So then that means my product is x plus 1 times x plus 2. So hopefully after we do these, you'll be able to factor trinomials where a is equal to 1 on, not Desmos, on Alex. For number 4, I'm going to put b squared here, negative 6 here. Factors of negative 6. 1 times negative 6, negative 1 times positive 6. 2 times negative 3, negative 2 times positive 3. Now, which of these can I add and get negative 1? And that would be that 2 times 3. So I'm going to put b times b here because b times b is b squared. I'm going to put positive 2 here and negative 3 here. And let's see if that works out. 2 times b is 2b. b times negative 3 is negative 3b. When I add this diagonal together, do I get negative b? And yes, I do. So then I know that b plus 2 times b minus 3 is my solution that goes in the box here. b plus 2 times b minus 3. Now this next one's going to be a little bit trickier. Hopefully you can see that we've changed it to where a is not 1. We can still use this box to figure it out. It just might be a little bit more complicated. And I'll show you why in just a second. So I'm going to put 2a squared here, negative 5 here. Now, we've been putting a times a. Well, a times a is not 2a squared. So I'm going to have to put 2a times 1a. 2a times 1a is 2a squared. Now, to get negative 5, I've got two ways. 1 times negative 5, negative 1 times positive 5. And neither one of those add to give me positive 3. So I'm just going to do trial and error. I'm going to put plus 1 here and minus 5 here, and maybe that will be it. Let's see. So I've got positive 1 times a is positive 1a. 2a times negative 5 is negative 10a. When I add these two together, do I get positive 3a? No, so I'm going to swap these. I'm going to put plus 1 down here and minus 5 here and see if that will do it for me. So I'm going to undo. Maybe I can just erase. Hold on. Sorry, I erased my blue. And I erased my pink and my red, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to put minus 5 here and plus 1 here. My 2a squared still works. I'll have minus 5a. Minus 5 times a is minus 5a. 2a times 1 is positive 2a. Now, when I add the blue together, of course it's not blue now, but I can make it blue. When I add the blue together, do I get positive 3a? No, I do not. I get negative 3a. So I've got to erase again, which is okay. It's why you have an eraser. Ooh. Maybe I can undo. Now can I? Nope. Okay, I'll just have to scribble it out. So sorry. So I'm going to scribble this and scribble this. And I'm going to put positive 5 here and minus 1 here and see if that'll work for me. 5 times a is positive 5a. 2a times negative 1 is negative 2a. Positive 5a times negative 2a, is that positive 3? Yes, it is. So my answer is 2a plus 5 times a minus 1. 2a plus 5 times a minus 1. Moving on to number 6, I know I'm going to put 3r squared here and 6 here. Factors of 6. 1 times 6, 2 times 3. All right, I know I'm going to put 3r and 1r. 3r times 1r is 3r squared. Then I'm just going to take a wild guess. I'm going to put positive 2 and positive 3 here to see if this is going to work for me. So 2 times r is 2r. 3r times 3 is 9r. And I believe it worked. We got it on the first try. 9r plus 2r is 11r. So my answer is going to be 3r plus 2 times r plus 3. And as you could tell from number 5, it doesn't always work out that way to where you'll get the correct answer on the first try. Okay, on to the last slide. Why don't you give those a try? Just see how you do. And then we'll come back. Somebody write a note on their paper to remind me to come back. And we will do these together in class to see if you were right. So give those last 3 a try. Remember, I can fill in this. You're going to put 3n squared here, negative 4 here. You're going to put y squared here, negative 6 here. You're going to put q squared here and 21 here. See if you can figure out the answers that go in these boxes. If you cannot, it's fine. Just give it a good try. And whatever you write down will be okay. Just write something down. I hope you have a wonderful evening.